Grandma. I got you. Well, nobody's here right now, so you can just. Mm.
Hello, hello, hello. You're sending links out. Sorry, guys.
Hello, Georgia.
Hi, Georgia. How are you?
Hello, Sharon.
Hey, Cheryl. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm trying to get everybody invited in and all of that. So,
Hello, Carol.
Carol.
How are y'all? Hello, Sherry.
Hi, Sherry. How are you tonight? Woohoo! Go, Carol. Oops. I'm hitting all kinds of crazy stuff tonight, guys. Oh, you ever have those days?
Georgia says, I'm good. Thank you for asking.
Oh, you're welcome, dear.
And I will put my new grammar lessons. That's a great, says Sherry.
Cool. Sherry, I think you're a new name, aren't you? I don't think I've seen your name lurking in the background. And what's this? I'll pull this around here. This there. So, look at my pretty envelope. Ain't it pretty? So we'll give everybody a little bit to get situated and get in, and then we'll start. Hi, Mom.
Hello, Grams.
Barbara Orr is my mom. If you're new and you don't know, that's who that is. And you will see Done by Dorothy 2.0 in. That is my daughter Elena.
Also back here.
Well, thanks, Georgia. Well, welcome, Sherry. We are so glad to have you. How'd you find your way here? We'll just give everybody a little bit of time because it's 9 o'clock. So, oh, the book vandal. Okay, I was gonna say, I think if you commented, I've been trying to answer to all the comments and all that. Of course, there's been a lot of them, so it's hard to keep up with. That was totally unexpected. I did not expect that. So her doing that was just way too sweet. And tonight's sort of our like craft and chat time. It's just sort of a general, whatever crafts you're working on, you're welcome to come in. I just sort of do random things and we bounce around. It's not really a set format on Fridays. It's just more of a
chill.
Yeah, just sort of a chill down, craft and chat, take it easy because the week's been crazy type of night. So
was it the washi thing?
Oh, probably. Oh, did you? Was she doing washy stuff? Or, oh, it may have been jelly plate too. It's just all kinds of stuff. So we'll give it a couple more minutes. I usually give about 5 minutes because I know some people have trouble trying to log in and all that stuff. So what's everybody been crafting today? Georgia, what have you been working on? You been working on anything pretty? I know your stuff is just gorgeous.
I feel like we should insert Jeopardy music.
Insert Jeopardy music. We're counting down. I used one of the. Did I? Will you pull out my? Thank you.
I'll have to tell me at this point.
I love these little envelopes. There is just so much to them. And they're so simple.
Which
and they look
one
so
do you
pretty.
want?
The floral.
Okay.
And then they just fit like on a journal page perfectly. Because I cheat and do mine a little maybe easier. I don't know. I don't want to say the lazy man way, but just a little easier way maybe. Let me adjust my lights a little bit.
All right.
And the wood grain one.
Oh, the wood. You want me to just grab all three?
No, just grab the wood grain. All right, trying to catch them on. Good luck with that. Two, I could spend a lifetime.
Is she watching the live?
I could spend a lifetime watching videos and never catch up. I love the Paper Outpost. She is one of my favorite people. I love her little things she comes up with. They are just so cute. So I love the stuff from her place.
Oh, Mom. Over there by your towery thingies.
What are we looking for?
Over there by the towels. Up.
Oh.
Yeah. These are really neat.
These actually, I got this actually from Yvonne Preston. I love her stuff too. So, I mean, there are so many people out there. And I had somebody ask me one day, they were like, well, you craft and all that, and you do these videos. Do you ever sit? And I'm like, I never stop watching videos because I don't feel like you ever stop learning. So I just continually keep trying to learn new things because I don't know everything. And I'll be the first one to tell you that. That's what I always tell everybody. If you have a question, feel free to ask. But if I don't have an answer, I will find an answer for you, but I don't know everything. So, and that's just straight up. Give me my 1,000 book.
Yep.
So, okay, we will go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and get started working on what I'm doing. Feel free to craft along, do whatever craft you're doing.
Beautiful book.
And everything else. I do want to share a book that I got, and I actually found this I live about, 10 minutes away from Miami University in Oxford, Ohio. It's a really, really big college. And it's an Ivy League school, but it's really small. And so we have a really awesome library, and well, see, Georgia, I actually didn't use book pages on mine. I cheated because I wanted to see something, and it worked out great. But anyway, in the library there, once a month, on the first Saturday of each month, they have a book sale, and it helps support and buy new books. They always have journal type books and things like that. So I thought one things I would do sort of on Friday is every week sort of flip through one of the books I've got, because I've got probably 70 books. And like this one I bought for $2, and it is a huge book. And it says Personal Pages and Inspiration, 1,000 Artist Journal Pages by Dawn DeVries Sokol, and I'll try to hold that up so you can see the author's name. Hey, Trisha and Mary. Sherry, my mom was a home health nurse for, oh my gosh, a lot of my younger years, until she started working with Alzheimer patients in the nursing home. So yeah, I'm very familiar with how busy and how crazy it is. But anyway, it's called 1,000 Artist Journal Pages, and it's by, let me see, let me pull it up. Oh, that might be a little bit easier to see. There's her name, and it's 1,000 Artist Journal Pages. It is the coolest book, and what it is, and in the front it has like prompts to get you pumped, a gallery of journal pages, resources, different artists, so you can look them up and follow them. So like prompts to get you pumped, they have, ways to start a page, collage, can't talk today, list, triggers, ask and answer questions, fill in the blank. So like in your journal, you could put, oh, Trisha, thank you. Yes, Dawn from the Vandal Bookshop. No. Yes. Whew. You guys, it has been one of those evenings because I'm like just super pumped. You have no idea. I've been super excited. She gave me a shout out, and it turned my evening into an extremely busy evening. I've always made it it's been a priority with me to make sure that I answer every single comment on my channel. And I spent a lot of time. So, I mean, if you go below a video and, leave a comment, Mary, I'm at 400. I'm over 400 in the Facebook group, and I just hit 925 on my YouTube, and I can't wait. I'm almost to 1,000, and hopefully, thanks to Dawn, I'll get there. So I've been super stoked with that.
Segue time. Is there going to be anything happening at 1,000 subscribers?
Yes, and I am doing a giveaway when I reach 1,000 subscribers. I'm not telling you what it is yet, but I'm telling you girls, it is going to be worth it. People are going to be fighting over it. I have 400 in my Facebook group, and I made a challenge because when we hit 400, I did a mini Secret Garden digital journal kit, and I made a deal. Am I at 450? See, Trisha, I don't know, because I've been trying to do everything plus, get stuff ready for tonight, and it's just been crazy.
I should honestly.
And I made the deal if we get to 500 in the Facebook group, that I will.
Oh, hello, Judy.
Finish doing the Secret Garden kit and release a full kit. It will be released only in my Facebook group. It will not be for sale. It will not be listed anywhere else. It will be solely for my Facebook group people. And I'm going to try to start doing that, every time we hit a certain, level or we do something. I'm going to set like different challenges in the group, like if we do a Tag Tuesday, if we get 50 people making tags and posting them, or, something like that. I don't know. I'll come up with different challenges and I will release that. So yeah, so hopefully it will be a full kit if we get to 500 by midnight Sunday night. So Trisha, you're so sweet. So that's awesome. But I'm so super excited about that. So don't get me started. I don't want that. No. She's over here trying to shove M&Ms in my mouth. I think she just wants to eat them is what it is. My daughter's here in the room with me. You'll hear her giggle and carry on in the background.
What's up?
What's up? She does a lot of help for me. She runs and gets stuff and everything like that. So if you're new, you will hear her. That's who that is. And like I said, my mom's Barbara Orr. And you guys, say a little prayer and happy thoughts for my mom. She fell today, and so she's not feeling sort of bumped and bruised, but she's okay. She's fine. Just feeling bumped and bruised. And, the older you get, you don't take those falls as much is good. So just sort of say a little prayer. Nettie, we are just chatting right now, so you haven't missed anything. I'm getting ready to show. It's called 1,000 Artist Journal Pages. And so it's got prompts in the beginning. Let me carry on. And then there's a gallery of journal pages. And some of these are like doodle pages. Some of them are collage pages. Oh, oh, Georgia, I know you loved that Christmas journal, didn't you? You will be shocked.
What are you talking about, Junior kid?
She's talking about a giveaway because she won the Christmas journal that I gave away.
Oh.
So there's tons of collage and mixed media. There's some like actual journaling and listing, where they've drawn, some of them are funny. Like, they draw a Little Mermaid, 10 reasons I don't think I'd make a good mermaid.
Hey, girl. Did she mention?
Yeah, Trisha, I loved that too. The problem was, the place that I was using that for, they actually quit running their app. And so when they did, I can't update
I could probably find
my thing. So I'm going to try to put it work. I loved that one. Sort of like the old Charlie Chaplin type music. I loved that. Yes, I loved that one too. So yeah, so there's like different collage pages, and it is just, different ways how to. I like this because we get caught up on making journals, and I know we do. We get caught up on making our journals, and everybody pops them out, boom, 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 boom. One of the problems is you don't see a lot of people actually utilizing them, and we give them for gifts, and gifts are great, don't get me wrong, but how many of us have stocks of journals that we're not actually using? I have horrid shadows today. Tilt that light. Watch your cup.
It's okay.
I think it spun on me is why it's. Sorry guys, I'm trying to fix my light. Yeah, this was a save.
Can you put your hand with those so I can see shadows?
Yeah, see it. Yeah, and there's just mixed media, and seriously, it is no joke, guys. I can just sit here and look through this book and find ideas. Like look, try to do some wash, and then you could run straight pieces of paper around the picture to frame it in. You just get tons of ideas, just looking at it. Collage, there's a picture with a doily and then some pattern paper and some stamps over text. So there's just a ton, and there's all different styles. These are old tickets and things. So there's a ton of different styles, but I wanted to sort of share the book just so you could sort of see what it is. I did not look up the price to see what it cost.
I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
If you want to, you probably could find it on Amazon or some places like that. Maybe even like the Goodwill online or something like that if you looked. But there's 1,000 pages in here, so it's 1,000 different ideas of what you can do, and every time I flip through it, I see something different. To like basic drawing to actually writing. There's some grid paper, and they've drawn a rose over it.
$500. I'm sorry, $5. By Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, like Barnes and Noble has it for like $5.
So everything is
worth looking into.
Anywhere from $10 to $5. There's none above
$5 to $10 you can get it, and it is a really nice book. So I did want to share that with you guys.
There is one that is for $4.
So we're gonna go and start making our pages. I'm making a bunch of these, and I do these for not actually.
There's a digital and physical.
You
copy.
can buy a digital copy of it too, as well as a paper copy. So if you're into digital a lot. Oops, I am so sorry, guys, for that sound. I got to turn my computer. I can't quite see. There is a digital copy and a paper copy. So I did get this idea from Yvonne Preston. I do mine a little bit different. She uses actual, like the paper doilies, like you can get at the Dollar Tree, all those. I actually have, I'll sort of show you what I've used with this one. These are some of the stickers I got from my Dollar Tree, the Crafter Square. the crafter square. And when I see these, I always grab, a couple. So, that's just what I do. So, I'll use one and make things ahead, and then the other one I've got for backup when I need it. So that's where that is. This bottom pocket, I have two different ones. Let me pull both of those out. Let me find one of the smaller strips.
Cute, the bag thing.
The bag thing. It's an envelope. So here's what it is. It opens up, and you have an envelope pocket.
Your daughter, I'm eating some M&Ms. Yeah.
There you go. She is excited.
Let me do it.
So it's an envelope. You can put something in. Then they're laid over, so you have a tuck spot, a small tuck spot. This opens up. It's another envelope, a tuck spot, another envelope, and then the bottom is a pocket too. So there's plenty of room to store things in. She used paper doilies on here. I actually used die cuts. The pocket, I actually, I don't know. Well, you can see what this looks like up close. And that's where I inked it up. This is what I started with. It's just a cream-based cardstock. I will show you even I used the Sizzix 3D texture fades. I found mine at Hobby Lobby. This one is called Botanical.
Everybody says super cute.
And let me pull. So that's what it looks like. You can use the gold foiled paper, and it will, look like that. That's sort of it. So I like the fact it has that black picture on the outside, so you can see what it looks like. But it opens up, and it's super, super. I don't know. Let me see if I can turn it. If you can see the texture of it. Yeah. So you can see the texture. I mean, it's super thick. It's indented over here, so you actually can paint or ink over the top of it and do it, and it'll, color it. I sort of like inking mine by hand because I like having more control over my color. So I am going to do some in different colors, but I used a cream-based cardstock. You could use white. I used cream because I think it gives it more of that antique-y look, especially with the vintage photo. So I did some in the Botanical, and I have one that's plates that look like metal and stuff too. That's like sort of a steampunky style. And then these were $7.99, but I used the 40% off coupon when they had the sale, and so I saved, and I only paid like close to $4 for them. And it's one of those things, if you buy one at a time, it just adds up. This is called Lumber. Now, I haven't inked this one yet, but I will ink it up real fast so you can see it. Let me find let me see if I had a small strip of that one, or if I just did the large ones. Okay, whoopsie. Let me trim this really fast. Let's see.
I love the embossing envelopes, says Sherry. I like the metal plate.
And then what I do is I cheat with these. With the texture fades, you can put your regular cardstock in. What I do, and I even do it with any of my embossing envelopes, is some people do, and some people go, well, I didn't think about that. And when I first got mine, I didn't think about it. It was something I thought about later. I take my paper and just spritz it with a little bit of water. Not where it's wet, but just with a little bit of water, and let it sort of sit there for a little bit and suck it up so it loosens it. Then when you do it, when it dries, it almost becomes like a wallpaper.
Yeah.
I love that. This is the Lumber one, and let me ink it up because. Hi, Melissa.
Hello, Melissa.
So this is what it looks like before I ink it, and I mean you can see, sort of what it looks like and the indents on it. Then when you get ready to ink it, I just grab my ink and just sort of swirl it. I don't put pressure and push it, because if you push it, you can literally flatten it out, rub it to where, it disappears. So just a real light hand. And I mean, you don't have to do it hard. Just remember, you can go over it and over it as many times as you want without denting it or, putting pressure on it. If you want to paint it or anything like that, you know, you want to add something to it, or like if you wanted to, what is the word I'm looking for? Like if you wanted to wet brush it with your ink, you know, put some on there. You want to do that before you emboss it. So, I mean, you could, you know, dump some of your vintage photo down here, put a little water on it, mix it up, you know, and brush it on if you want the whole thing to be brown. You can do that. But you want to do that, like I said, before.
Oh, you got a bunch of lurkers.
Before you put that in there. Now, I've sort of highlighted, you know, the top parts of it here. Whoopsie. I want to get in there in between all those little cracks. I'm going to take my makeup brush. And it's just one of the little goofy little round ones. I got mine at, I think this came from Five Below, which is like a Dollar Tree, where everything in the store is $5 or below around here. And then I can run that across there, and that'll darken that up a lot more if you're worried about getting down in those little bitty cracks and crevices. Now, if I want this to smear more, because I'm sort of trying to show you all of my tips and tricks that you can do. Woo, that was yucky. I don't like when that slides on that glass. Okay, you can cover it like that. Now, just to show you the difference, and this is just the ink, there's the difference. See how much more highlighted those indents and stuff are just by, you know, inking it like that. Now, I can come in with my water bottle, just do a light spray. So I'm gonna wipe this down, because sometimes, you know, you're doing it, or maybe you want to do it in different colors. You want, you know, to do a walnut stain one, and a vintage photo one, and a antique linen, and a hickory smoke, or, you know, whatever color you want to use. Then just lightly take your rag and tap. Do not push, just tap. And that's going to change your coloring that much more, which gives you more of that like sort of spotty pine color, but you do have the white distress spots on there. So, you know, you can do that in all different ways. So, but that's what I put on the bottom. So I use my sticker and I use that. These are actually my coffee dyed pages, and what I use, and I cheat, because when you coffee dye, I always have some. Let me pull these out. I always have some that come out way too dark. You know, ones on the bottom, or ones that, you know, another one lays over top of it, so you get that line in it. So, you know, like that. You know, I don't like that, to use that for my pages. So I just save those and I cut them in half. And that's what I make my envelopes out of, instead of using book pages, is just basically like my they're not throwaways, but I like the dark ones, but there's some I don't like extremely dark. So that's what I do with those. And then these, and I have a couple other ones I'm going to be using, and I'll show you those, the ones that I'll be using tonight. Oops, I just dropped something. Oh, that was one of those. Let's see, different things I have tonight. I use this little shape and cut some frames out. These are LDRS Creative. They do come from England. So, you know, they take a while to get here if you order them. So, this is called a Painted Lady Butterfly, but I loved that lacy butterfly. And these are all dies. They're all like Thinlit dies. This one is called a Dewdrop Circle. This one right here is what this is. And I just inked it up. So it does really good, like for a faux doily. And then you also get a smaller one. Let me see. I'll try to.
Here, I see if I can find it.
It's in here. It's at the bottom underneath. Your sister put all this goofy stuff in here. Oh, hold on, guys. I'm sorting through piles trying to pull it out so I can show you. because I have them all in a basket here to use. It's here. It's just under something. Here it is. It does do a little bitty one. These are perfect to use around like buttons or to put butterflies on, that type of thing, and they look great when you ink them up. So that's what that one is. I'm going to put those fades up and that up. And then there's also this one. And
Hi,
it's
Elizabeth.
Hi, Elizabeth. And it does have some gears. And it's got a regular dragonfly. And then it's got a dragonfly that has a key for a tail. More of like a steampunky vibe. Sort of lacy steampunk. This is one of my favorite. It's called Gilded Doily Die. This is gorgeous. I love it. It is just awesome. It is one of my favorite. Let me put it over a piece of paper. I mean, it is just gorgeous. And when you ink it up, it's amazing. So we will be using this for some of our envelopes.
Elizabeth said hi, giggles on
I seen that. And then there is this one. It's called a Majestic Frame. It's got this pretty frame around it in the square. I'm not using that, but there's a crown. I did cut some of the crowns out because they fit perfectly on your envelope.
There's the third hand.
And you like that, don't you? And it goes perfectly in the center on the envelope. So we'll do some with those too. So there's those. So those are the dies that I'm going to use. And like I said, these are just half off pages. And I take, my page and just cut it in half. By cutting it in half, so if this is in your journal and you use a standard page, you literally could glue this to the page, and you're going to have, if you glued it around the edges, you're still going to have that tuck here, but you literally could put a really tall tag in there.
I think it's very sweet that you got it.
It is Elizabeth. She's a sweetheart.
Use this sticker for me.
I already showed that.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a standard 8.5 by 11 page. If you want to make it smaller, figure out what your page is. And you know how you cut your pages down to be.
What did she say?
Sherry, you can also, if you have any paper punches, even a standard hole punch, do some curves and you can punch in there and make different, a variety of things in there out of those. I mean, it works great. I think if you go into my DIY video, I actually have how to, maybe using parchment paper, I think is what I used.
I'll find it.
Or tissue paper. I think I used tissue paper. How to make doilies out of tissue paper or parchment paper is one of them. But you can use the cupcake wrappers the same exact way. Okay, so you just figure out what size your page in your journal is going to be. If you wanted to do say you're doing a 3x5 or a 4x5, you know how you use your standard pages that you sew in your signature. All you have to do is take one of your signature pages, measure out, figure out how much you want to be, cut your pages that you want into that size, and then cut them in half, and you'll have the envelope that'll fit right on your page. So that's how I do it. I like to use the 8.5 by 11 because I want room to write. So it works great. So I'm going to set this one to the side, and I use, I have a grid, my glass grid. If you don't have, a measuring place that has that on there, use your ruler, and draw your inches out. And then just figure out what works for you and the distance you need. So with an 8.5 by 11, I have found that if I fold my bottom fold, like that I want to be the front of my envelope, I need to do it 3 inches. So I just sort of lay it down and figure where my 3 inches will be. Sort of make it so it's straight. Okay. And then my top flap, I do it 2 inches. So I just sort of look And it doesn't have to be exact. I just sort of use this as a guide so I know where I'm going. Right like that. And there's my first one. Except I am going to flip this around because I want the lighter side on the outside. Okay. So, and then I do 3 like that. And again, I just sort of look, figure out where my 3's at. You know, start on that one side. I've already made sure I cut them straight, so then I just have to line the side up. Then again, and they, like I said, it doesn't have to be exact. Then I just sort of fold it down on, you know, move it to where I can find the 2-inch and fold it. And if it's not exact, that's fine. There's nothing in the world that says that, you know, when you craft that it should be straight or it should be, you know, exact, because believe me, I have straightened out a whole lot of messes after the fact.
There's the doily.
Did you put it up there?
Yep. It took me
Okay.
a second to find it because it didn't say doily in the thingy. It was like cropped off a little
Oh,
bit.
Sherry, she's putting the link.
To the doily.
Giggles is it the link to the homemade doily video, and like I said, you can change it around and do all kinds of stuff. You can use copy paper and then ink it up. See, when I cut that, I did have it a little bit off, so I'm just gonna cut that and straighten it up. No biggie.
Ironically enough, I think that like making doilies with like scissors is kind of like making like those paper mache.
Yeah, it's like making.
Oops.
It's like making snowflakes. You know, when you're a kid. So pretty easy. Okay, and then you don't have to, but I like the rounded corners. I think it just gives it a little bit more, I don't know, something. I'll still Genevieve Designs. If you don't know who Genevieve Designs is, oh my gosh, go check her stuff out. She is amazingly talented.
That one corner didn't cut.
Yeah, it did. It's just a shard off, which is fine. And then I will find I cut all of the. Hold on, I'll see. I use a corner rounder and I round off all the flaps. So the flaps are round when they come down. I think it makes it a little bit nicer. And then you just decide which envelope you want to be on the bottom. So I'll just use this one. And then I like to round off my bottom corners just because I like that roundness.
Trisha says, I watch a lot of her stuff, referring to Genevieve Designs.
Yes, she is just marvelous.
Maybe put a link up to her channel. Because I have a link ready to go if you want to.
Yeah, you can throw a link up to Genevieve's channel on there. I don't care. She is amazing. I love her stuff. I have quite a bit of her templates and I have made several of her albums. Absolutely love her stuff. She is so sweet and she's so kind and she's just an amazing crafter. So yeah, she does a really good job. Now she does a really good job. Well, I mean, she's excellent, period. If you watch any of her, like embellishing, she embellishes stuff. She's just phenomenal. Now her, far as albums or journals or whatever like that, she always does albums. She does, that's not true. She does a Wonderlust junk journal. But she does more template style.
Well, it looks like you're amazing too. Teresa says, I miss Guild.
Guilty as charged. I've heard templates and a lot of her stuff. Yes, she does.
I showed a whole lot of mistakes too, or said, what the heck? It's a junk journal loss in Georgia.
Yep, that is a junk journal law. If you mess it up, you just cover it up and keep on going. And that's what I do. And amazingly, I've actually found some of the mistakes, or when I make something and I go, you know, I watch a video and I get super pumped. You get super excited about, you're like, oh, I want to make that. And like, I wanted to make these tonight. Okay. I'll tell you, I wanted to make these tonight. I've made them before, but I really wanted to make them tonight. And I was like, you know, that'll be something cute. And if people haven't seen it, and I'm working on building up my stock because Ooh. Save that for me.
Yes,
Um,
ma'am.
Sorry, she found a link. Throw it up there.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if you guys ever watched The Paper Trail. She just posted a thing about making paper mushrooms. Yes, guys, this is going to happen. I promise you. Because I love mushrooms. I think they're so cool. But anyway, I wanted to do these tonight. And I got to looking and I went, I only had like 4 of the little small doilies. And I didn't want to make doilies. And so I started going, how in the world, what can I use? So I started running through my dies, seeing what I've got. And I have quite a collection of dies. I've actually thought, who on here has die cutters? Has a die cutter or uses dies or a Cricut or a scan and cut or some kind of cutting machine, be it electric or be it manual. I'm actually thinking about doing like a die cutters club and within the Facebook group. And anybody who has a die cutting machine, you know, if you cut a certain amount of die, you know, you cut dies or whatever, you know, you can post, I have, you know, like, okay.
Hello, everyone.
Like I could
White
post
Wolf Mother.
Do what?
White Wolf Mother said, hello.
Hey, Tammy.
God, Caitlin would love her name.
You know, I could say I have these doilies and I have these doilies, you know, say for example, and I could take a picture of them, post them in an album. And then, you know, and I could say I've got 6 of these or whatever I have to trade. Then you can go on there and say you have something else. And you can go, well, I have 6 flower botanical die cuts to trade. And then everybody who has die cuts can swap their die cuts in between them. I thought that would be sort of cool. Maybe like a die cutters club. What do you guys think? I think it's a good idea. Oh. Okay. And then I'm just going to put my envelope together just like you always do. Nothing special. Just throw some glue down. But I like to always ink them up before I put them together because if I don't, I forget. And then this flap doesn't get inked. You have 5 dies, Georgia? Is that what you said? Hey, but you know what? That's what I'm saying. If you have 4 or 5, or, you know, maybe you only have 3 or 4, or, you know, how many ever you have, you know, if you have, are you saying you have 3 or 4 die cutters or 3 or 4 dies? You know, and you may only have, you know, maybe you're just starting out and you don't have a lot of dies, and dies are expensive. They're not super cheap to buy, you know, so why not? If you have 5 that I don't have, 4 dies machine, if you have, you know, 4 or 5 that I don't have, you know, then that switches out. Now I'm not going to lie, you guys. I don't even want to say this. Not on TV. I don't want recorded. No, just no. I have a Brother Scan and Cut, a Brother Scan and Cut 2, not the 1, the 2. I have a Cricut Maker. I have the Big Shot with the standard block. I also have the extended, like the quilter's block with my Big Shot, and I have some of the quilting dies. I have one of the vintage, the little small crank ones. I have, which is like the small Big Shots, the little mini Big Shots. I have a Texture Boutique. What else do I have as far as cutters? I have another one. I'm trying to think what other one I have. I can't remember which one I didn't list. Anyway, I have a mixture of them. Cheryl. Okay, Georgia, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, I'm the same way. I've got it. Let's see. I said the Texture Boutique. Oh, and I have one of the little sidekicks. So, yeah, so I just have like this massive combination of a true crafter, a true hoarder, my husband would say. Okay, then I've found when I make my pockets according to the 8.5 by 11. I need to glue. I need to put my envelope about 2 inches up, and that works out for my perfect length. I'm not. My husband would say I'm a hoarder. So I have a ton of stuff. I have way too much stuff. I really do. And then I have, what is that called? I have a bunch of stuff. And sewing machines are the same. I have a treadle sewing machine that my husband is working on fixing. I have 2 regular sewing machines. I have a quilting machine, a tabletop quilter, not a long arm, but a tabletop quilting machine. And I have an embroidery machine.
And I have a brother sewing machine.
And Elena has a standard, like, brother sewing machine. She got it for Christmas, what, 2 years ago?
4.
4 years ago?
4 years
2,
ago, yeah.
3 years ago, something like that.
4 years ago. Yeah.
And she's made all kinds of
Pillows.
stuff. Her favorite thing to make is pillows. So if anybody needs any pillows.
I used to be the master of pillows.
And then I have a massive amount of fabric. Because I used to have a fabric business. So I have like yards and yards and yards of fabric. Even some in match sets. So I have a ton of that kind of junk. I've done a little bit of every craft there is. So I have a little bit of everything. So yeah, you just move 2 inches up. That's crooked. That one is right there. I can tell. No, I've done cross stitching. I did cross stitching. I've embroider. The only thing that I do not like, the only craft I've ever found that I do not like is plastic canvas. I have no patience for plastic canvas.
Well,
I think that is
stuff that makes us happy.
There we go.
That is why I have pencils.
See, Sherry, you joined the right group, man. Because I don't think there's a one of us in here that's not
Obsessed.
I know, Elizabeth. Aren't they cool? But papercraft is my passion. Will you grab one of my? We'll grab the Wanderlust book for Genevieve.
Oh yes.
Okay, so there's that, and then I'm going to use my little crowns this time. Let me find 3 little crowns. One, there's 2.
God, it's such a big book.
Okay, just hold it over there for a minute, and I'll pull it out in a minute.
Workout holding this boy.
And I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3 different type binding machines and
a laminator.
My laminate. I just, you collect all this stuff.
I have a mini Sizzix, a Sizzix Cross, like a big shot.
Yeah, Georgie, I'm pretty much the same as you are, except I don't have the silhouette.
Well, you also have that.
Yeah, I just never jumped on the silhouette bandwagon.
What's a silhouette? I'm assuming he cuts silhouettes, but
what doesn't look good? And then I'm just gonna ink this up because I think it looks better with like sort of that vintage look to it. And again, I'm just sort of brushing because these are extremely delicate because they're so fine.
Hi, Dorothy. Hello, Mitz.
Hi, Mitz.
Hello, Mitz. I like that name. That's a fun name to say.
I know. I like that name. Mitz is pretty new to us, but she's been back a couple times, so that makes her family.
You've been here for PG
Welcome to the
Friday.
family.
If you've been here for PG Friday, you're part of the family.
Yeah, if you have been here for a pajama party, can't talk today. If you've been here for a PJ party, then you are family. Welcome to the group.
And if you made me go, what's about the requirements? How are y'all doing? Oh, we got 17 people here chilling.
You are just part of our family.
I'm slowly building my craft stash.
There you go, Natty. That's what I'm trying to do. Because I've used a lot of mine up, and that's one thing. You get so busy, you use it up, and you have to replenish. Your bases.
I'm slowly building mine. Slowly. Very slowly.
And Elena's adding to hers daily.
Taking yours.
Stealing mine and taking hers. I do have, if you're just new to the channel and you're not familiar with our Facebook page or anything else, I actually do sell Ranger.
6 laminators?
6 laminators. Okay, now, Georgia, that is absurd.
That's not enough.
But laminators are so slow, when you get going. I only have
9 at a time.
I only have 1 laminator, but really wish that
you had more.
You know what I want? I love my die cutters, and I have like I said, I have a Cricut and a maker and a Cricut maker and a scan and cut and all that. But I want one of the. Oh my gosh, Sherry. I would be having a fit.
What?
Oh man, you guys need to, if you haven't joined the club, you got to get on the group, the Facebook group if you're not there. We do Freebie Fridays, and we have a dream tree. So if you're looking for something and you don't have something,
I need to choose. I love Details in the background. She just sounds so happy.
She is. She's a pretty happy kid until she's not. She's a teenager.
I'm happy until one of my pencils break, and then I'm sad.
I know. I just fell in love with it, and I think it comes out. I mean, it's supposed to be a crown. Don't get me wrong, which is nice, and it is a gorgeous crown. So I mean, if you want to use it as that, I like it that way. And I'm going to put this one up, but I liked these down, and then I want to put the top one up, just because I think it sort of makes it more complete. Carol's there.
I'm getting love.
She loves you guys. You have no idea. You guys make her day when you.
She's crazy. Yeah.
Well, I'm working on Georgia because I would say that I'm lazy is why I haven't done it yet, but it's not a lazy thing. It's a lack of time. That'll make Giggles do it, but I'm gonna die cut all these out in black. I want to cut all my dies out in black, and then put them on white and glue them down on white paper, and then scan them into my Cricut, and so I can adjust the sizes. Okay, the Dream Tree thing works like this. You go on the Dream Tree. Let me put it this way.
I'm not supposed to link to the Facebook group.
You go on the Dream Tree, and you put whatever you are looking for, whatever you're dreaming for. If say you're looking for vintage lace, or die cuts, or whatever you're looking for, you post it on there, and then somebody, in the group, will look. It's sort of like a rack thing, except you post what you want basically, and that person will make your dream come true, and they'll mail you whatever. You do not have to mail them anything in return. It's their gift to give to you. The only thing we ask is, if not to be one of those people, and I'll say one of those people because there are those people that do that. Not to be one of those people that every week you're on there going, I want this, I want this, I want this. It's not to build your personal stash. It's to make your dreams come true. If there's something you can't get, or, something you don't have, or, say you have really bad back problems, so you have trouble coffee dyeing paper, so you'd like coffee dyed paper, or, say you live in the city in an apartment and you don't have any trees, you don't have a lot of trees and flowers around you, so you can't eco dye paper, so you can request eco dye
Can I also say
paper.
I think it also works when you're like European and like there's certain things that are only made in the U.S. Or
Yes.
vice versa.
Yes, or if say, okay, well, Nettie's in Canada. So say there's things that we can get in the US that maybe you can't find in Canada. So that type of thing, so you can say, well, I really wish I had a blah, 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 whatever it would be from America. Then say Georgia has whatever you need, or Trisha does, then Trisha can send it to you. Do you see what I'm saying? Or vice versa. If Carol's got something in Australia that I don't have, like okay, I was doing my Australia journal for the love of Australia, the wildlife one. And if you guys go on that journal that I did, there are freebies on there that you can download for free.
I got it.
And so Kamali. I always say her name wrong, and then I know it's wrong as soon as it comes out, but it comes out wrong anyway. She sent me, just sort of as a thank you, she sent me like eucalyptus leaves and the seeds, like the seed pods off a gum tree.
You're like the first 10.
Yeah, Carol, send me one. I will take one.
What is it?
I just did that wrong, guys. See, I was talking and not paying attention. I need to actually put the glue on here. Because the page is bigger than that.
So, y'all?
Yeah, so, anything like that. And it just makes it nice, not just for international wise, but,
just,
even for people in the United States, there may be something I want that, okay.
Does Giggle actually write in a journal?
Giggles does not really write in a journal. She draws everything. She draws her emotions. If she gets upset, she draws. So she draws everything. Now, my 16-year-old, Caitlin, which is Wolf Paws, she shows up sometimes too. So if you see Wolf Paws on here, that's my oldest daughter. She's 16. She writes everything. She writes poetry and short stories and all that kind of stuff. That's what she does. I was a writer in school, loved creative writing classes and all that, and she sort of takes after me with that.
I answered 2 wishes on another site, then I watched, and there was someone that like that. But
yeah, you have to watch, but you don't have to worry about that in our group, as far as people going on there wishing for something, because
we watch it.
You can't do that. We can sort of control the wishes, not as in we control, we only put our names up there. It's not like that. But if somebody wishes something, if you want to come on there and wish something, every couple months, I don't have a problem with that. Or, even a little closer than that, if it's, something, you're not going to be on there every single week going, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. It's just not going to happen.
Especially something that's like insanely expensive, like a cricket.
I'm all about, us helping each other, with things we don't have and vice versa. I'm not about using somebody, and I have no space for people like that. So we tend to watch that. I know Trisha, that's on here, is one of my admins. Of course, Giggles is one of my admins in my Facebook group. And we watch that pretty good.
There's a decent amount of people.
And I will throw this out there, if you are, wondering about on here or whatever, and you are in the Facebook group, and you've been active for a while or whatever, if you're interested in helping as a mod, or anything like that, let us know. Or if you have an idea for something and you want to help out with that, that's it. Well, I think it is on there. I think it does limit the amount of wishes that you can have.
I think it's 3 a month, actually.
I don't think it is.
Is it less than that?
Yeah, I think you can
it
only...
might be 2, honestly. So...
Okay, I'm not putting anything on that other than this. I'm leaving this one just like this because I think that would look pretty with just the way it is.
So why don't we say you're allowed 1 wish per month? We honestly should.
Yeah, we will. We'll go in there and...
Yeah.
Trisha, aren't you the one doing that now?
Yeah, I thought she was in charge of it.
Trisha doing that? So see, I like that just the way that it is, without even anything added.
I just not seen Carol's. Just send somebody a koala.
I know, that's why I said she could send me one. I'd be happy with that. See, I like that the way it is. I love how this actually looks like it makes a whole design. So now
Melissa says that's pretty.
So now I'm sitting here thinking I should add another envelope.
Everybody loves it.
I should add another envelope and do one to. Ooh, no, let's just do two. A 2 one where it has the thing on there. Okay, Trisha, that's what I thought. Trisha is in charge of our dream team. Dream tea.
Tree, Mom.
Tea, tree, team, tree.
It's team at this point.
It's not coming out. I am sorry, guys.
She's having a rough day today. She can't speak.
It's been one of those days. I have been overwhelmed today.
Sherry's gonna make some tomorrow.
I'm one of those crier type people anyway.
So I guess I need a cutting machine. Yeah.
Okay. I will be honest, Cheryl. I will be honest. That is that's between a rock and a hard place. Here's what I would ask you. Do you have a lot of like hand punches? Do you use your hand punches all the time? If you use your hand punches all the time and you use die cuts not so much die cuts, but if you're using like stickers or chipboard elements and that type of stuff. Trisha, I have not been hitting the sauce. I am riding a high.
Have you been hitting
I'm not
the shrooms?
high. I haven't been hitting
I got in
the things. Yeah, Melissa, that's how I do. But I tend to how do I want to say this? I tend to either use it a lot or I don't use it. If you're one of those people that uses hand punches and stuff like that all the time, then go for it. One of the things, you can get a small one. I wouldn't go and invest in like a Cricut Maker, a Brother Scan and Cut, or anything like that if you've never used a die cut machine, because you don't know if you're going to use them. I would go and get, a small Sidekick machine, or a small Big Shot or a Big Shot, something smaller like that. That's sort of on the cheaper end, then you don't want to drop $250, $300, $400, $600 on a die cutting machine if you've never used one before. Yeah. That's just my personal opinion. I just say that because you'll either use it or you won't. There's like no way of knowing. What I would suggest is you get a hold of somebody, or maybe here's what I suggest, Cheryl. Let's do this. Go on the dream team or the dream tree. I can't talk today. That is just, that word is getting stuck. Go on the dream tree and put die cuts on there. Let someone send you a variety of die cuts. And I would put on there, you want a variety of die cuts. Let them send to you and then see if you use those. If you use them and you use all of them up and you're going, man, I really wish I had some more of those, then maybe think about buying a machine. If somebody sends those to you and they sit in your drawer or they sit in, your element box and you never use them, then you don't need one. That's what I would do. They're a lot of money, even for the basic ones. Before I invested a bunch of money, I definitely would, try using them and see if you like them or not. I think that's just, a safety measure. That's just me. That's coming from a crafter that has spent an inordinate amount of money on some things that she doesn't ever use. Just saying. I mean, utilize the dream tree and, see if you like it. Just like, if you're, interested in, a certain embossing folder. Try the dream tree and see if you like it. Okay. We are going to real fast while everybody's here. Do a shout out to see who's here. So if you don't have to say I'm here, guys. I mean
some of you all do.
You just misspelled that all crazy.
Did I?
Yeah, it's all over the place. You can't type in there. My phone's crazy.
It's so small. I'm not used to it.
Okay, see, there you go. Exactly. If you have a ton of print, that's what I would do. I just would. That's just. If it was something that you could go buy for $10, or even $20, and you set it around and you only use it once in a while, then that's bad enough. But that's what I would do. That's just my opinion. And I mean, you could ask the other girls on here who have them.
I feel like if you're friends with somebody in your life that has one, I feel like
if you know somebody that lives near you that has one,
just go over for a few
then go check it out. Or
I personally don't like them. I can't understand them. I don't like them. Too technological.
She doesn't like hers. Like I do. If you're doing an electronic one, there is an extreme learning curve to them.
Ooh. Big one.
So.
I legitimately just waved at the phone.
Giggles over her waving at you, Nettie.
I waved at the phone with that camera.
She was waving at you on the phone. So yeah, check that out. And Trisha, my darling love.
Oh, you trying to get something?
I'm trying to get something. Send me. I sound like my husband, honey, but I need one. Send me a message via the support chat and just remind me that we need to set up a die cutting swap.
You mean you put it in there?
No, Trish can send it to me.
Yeah, they can do it on Facebook.
Oh, there you go, Cheryl. Or yeah, if you have a friend that has one, if they live close to you, once this craziness is over, maybe go try it.
Exactly, Nettie. That is my reaction.
One thing that a lot of people don't know, and it just sort of depends. So, I mean, you have to take this for the grain of salt that it is. Some libraries have die cutting machines, just like laminators, and they'll let you borrow, let you die cut. Okay, what did you miss, Sherry? What did you miss? If anybody has any questions, who all's here? I know Nettie's here, Trisha's here, Carol's here, Cheryl's here, Sherry's here. I know Barb's here. I know I'm here. Who else is here? Come on, guys. Everybody's being quiet, lurking around in the background there. This is Crafting Chat. Come on in and chat. What's everybody working on? There's Melissa. There's Elizabeth. Elizabeth, are you doing me some prints? I'm just joking. I did use some of my Tim Holtz dies that I have. Oh, Mitz is hiding in the background. I did pull out some of my my Tim Holtz dies and make some things that I can use on my gel plate. I'm anxious to use this one. I love it. I think it's gorgeous. Let me put it.
Is here.
Isn't that pretty?
What's she talking about? You?
That's cool.
I don't know.
That there's 19 people here. I know. I just wondered who they were. I like to know who's out there.
Hello, Kathy.
Hello, Kathy. You're a new name I've not seen in chat. Thanks for joining in.
I'm here. I was labeling boxes of lace and stuff. I love labeling.
I'm delayed, so. So, yep, I did make some things to use for my gel print. Oh, yep, Melissa was there. That's right.
Lovely.
I knew Melissa was here. Oh my gosh, I have a labeler and I gotta keep giggles away from it because
Haha, just watching you highlighted on another video. Was just watching you highlighted on another video. What? Can you please?
oh, was it on the
I will send you some.
The
I
Book
will send you
Vandal.
some PME. I have that die. How do you
Okay.
get out those signs?
which
I didn't know that you were here, Dorothy J.
ha 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 ha.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know. Hey Elizabeth, you could. All you have to do is hook up your video and I can send you a link on stream to come in and yes, on the Book Vandal. That was such a shock for me. With Dawn, I was just I sort of overwhelmed with gratitude, I guess. It's just,
I mean, Elizabeth could do that or just
I'm an
me.
extremely emotional person. So yeah, it was extremely emotional for me.
No kidding. When Mom saw it, she called all of us over. She's like, "Come
I mean,
down
I'm
with
like,
us."
look, oh my gosh, you gotta see. Oh, and Georgia's here. But yes, Elizabeth, I can actually pull you into the stream like we do for the Wonderful Wednesday Lives. All I have to do is send you a link
I can send
if you're
Elizabeth
hooked up.
if she wants to. It'd be awesome to have Elizabeth.
So
on
see,
here.
you could come in and sort of show your little gel printing. I'm all over that.
I've been watching on the TV while I cut out die cuts. Lol, I have a scanner and cutter.
Awesome, Susan. If you, and like I said earlier, if you are not a member of our Facebook group, get in there. There is a couple free.
Freebie.
Yes, you can do it on your phone. You just open you use your video. I send you a link. You open it up in a browser, and it does the video off your browser.
We got a member request. Who wants to join? Oh, Jackie Olson wants to join our Facebook group.
Oh, yep, it's for the YouTube. I was at like 830 or 40. I don't even know what I'm at now. I was thinking it was at like 925
to check.
earlier, so
You just got somebody new, so
it's just it amazed. I am sorry about that, guys.
you have
See, Melissa, I would too.
You have 456 members.
No, I'm talking about on YouTube.
Oh, on YouTube, you.
But yes, if you are not a member of our Facebook group, if you're active
24
and well, Elizabeth, I can actually set up and do a trial run. So, if one day you want to, just give me a holler and we can sort of, because we can practice and not do it live where, we sort of look silly while we make mistakes.
I mean, like.
And we can try it out and set it up if you want. And maybe we could have you come in one week and for a pajama party and
do gel plates.
You could come in and we can do it. It'd be neat to do it with me and you and Silly over here.
Yeah.
Silly. Let's see. I'm digging through my scrap box here trying to find. Okay, I'm going to use these, but I'm going to cut them in half. We just have to try it and see.
It's literally so
926. Nice, Nettie. Thank you, sweetie.
Elizabeth.
Yeah, we can practice. That's what I said.
Elizabeth, it is so easy to set up.
And StreamYard is so simple. To set it up and run it, it has to be on a computer.
Yeah.
But then you can invite whoever you want to in, and they can do it mobile or not.
Yeah, so you can just.
But so if you're not it says, it may have just went up, Melissa.
Oh, yeah.
If you are not a member of the Facebook group, every day we have something. We have Mixed Media Monday where you can share mixed media. We have Tag or Tuck Tuesday. It depends on what Tuesday it hits. We have Washi Wednesday where you feature, things that you did with washi. We have Thursday is Thrifty Thursday, which is recycling things around your house to use in your journals, and you can share those pictures. Let's see, that's Thursday. Friday is Freebie.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you guys, it is Freebie Friday. every week there are freebies, and anybody can tell
I
you.
have a YouTube channel that shows some of my gel plate sessions.
Oh, well, throw that link up,
I
dear.
need to casually grind her videos real quick.
Okay, well, no. Go in on the YouTube side and make Elizabeth a moderator of the chat, and she can throw her links up.
Yes, ma'am.
And she can throw a link up, unless you want to go find her and throw it up. I don't care, whichever you guys want to do. But anyway, it's Freebie Fridays, and normally I don't just do.
I have to be up by 6 tomorrow. It's been fun. Love the envelopes. Thanks, Dorothy.
Thanks, Georgia. Have a great night. Get some sleep. Stay safe and healthy. Love you.
I will make her a moderator.
And I do all kinds of freebies. It's usually ephemera-based stuff. Like around Easter, I did a whole batch of Easter postcards. This week, it was lilacs. So there was pictures with lilacs. There was some postcards with lilacs.
I ran out to post a video on Junk Journal, but he says White Wolf Mother.
There was some music sheets that had lilacs on it. So, there's just a variety. Sometimes I do, like freebies from a kit, like tags and things like that. So, it just sort of depends on what day it is to what I put on there. So, or, what Friday it is. I randomly pick stuff to go up there. So, yeah, lots of freebies over there. On the YouTube channel, there's a lot of freebies. Okay, let me think. Let me go through here. There are freebies with the Mirabella Nature Journal. There's some freebies. There is the Australian one for the love of Australia we did when all the fires were going on over there. There are freebies with it. There's a whole kit of Australian animal freebies, and they're all in the description box with the links. If you go to the Christmas one that Georgia was talking about earlier, for the month of December, every day for the month of December, we made our Christmas journal, and then I did the giveaway of it when we were finished. But that every bit of ephemera, the whole entire kit, everything that I used in that journal is available in the links. So that's all a freebie too. So make sure you check that one out too. Let's see. Do I want to put this? Oh, I probably should put that one. No. I'll put it upside down. That'll work. So lots of freebies out there. And like I said, in the Facebook group, we share lots of freebies. So, make sure you go, check that out. Not that you should join just for the freebies, but if they're there, grab them.
Yeah. Snatch them up.
Crazy if you don't. So make sure you join that. But we do a lot of different things. This month we are working on a recipe journal. So, you can find links to that. And some of the girls on here I know yes, the Christmas journal, Nettie, there's tons of, it's all freebies on all of the Christmas journal. There's a ton of stuff there. This year we'll be doing another Christmas journal.
Who did we want?
And
mod again? I forgot.
Elizabeth said she could put links.
Elizabeth, where is your beautiful name? Sorry.
Okay, let's see. What do I want to put on the bottom? You want to put... I don't think I want to... Yeah, I don't know. I think the wood would look really pretty on there. I do think I'm going to ink over some of these where it sort of faded the dots out, just so it has more of a wood look versus the faded look. So yeah, there's a ton of stuff out there. So, feel free to jump in there and grab, all of that. And we're always doing stuff and freebies and giveaways and that kind of stuff.
I'm inactive on there.
Yes, and Christmas this year, I am doing my Christmas Aaron Binla. Is that right?
Huh?
Aaron Binla. You have to tell
I'd say
me.
Longshare.
Tell me how
Longshare.
to pronounce your name because I like to get people's names right. Please.
Add moderation.
Yes, the Christmas journal this year. We will be doing our Christmas journal, and it will be in the month of July. We're doing it because last year we waited till Christmas and it was hectic. There was just way too much stuff going on.
I'm loving this packet of Dark Cats and Dollies. Just set them off perfectly. I'm going to have to make one X. Elizabeth, you are now a moderator on YouTube, so you can now post.
You can add any links there for your
gel plates and everything else.
Yeah, Carol, they're so cute. And
oh, now I'm a tool? Yes, indeed you are. It gives you a lot of privileges.
Now you have a tool, so you can go on there and add any links or anything on there. You have a tool.
And that also means that your name is highlighted in the chat, so everybody knows.
Yes, everybody will know that you're a mod and all that. So
you become somebody important.
You become special.
And your chat turns blue.
Okay, I'm pulling out my stickers to try to decide which one. Ooh, hand me that one. That's
That
pretty
one's
cute.
pretty. I like the lilac. Here you go.
Yep, those I don't want.
You are welcome, Elizabeth.
You're welcome. Okay, let's try to figure out which one we want to put on there.
Oh no, a power tool. She's a drill.
That's so funny.
She's a Dremel.
Okay.
Oh, that shiny lilac one is so pretty.
Which one? This one? I know. I was looking at that. I think it'd look pretty, but I don't want to take.
Oh, the bird.
I need something that's gonna fit in that.
So
See,
pretty.
it's too big to go down there.
No.
I could put it right there. No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I want to put anything on here. I think I want to put. I found it. Hold on. Let me look. Yep. I found it. What are you looking at, Elizabeth? My stickies? This is no joke. All of these came from my Dollar Tree.
They're so pretty.
And I just fell in love with them. Ooh, this one has a wood grain background.
Ooh, let me see. Which one?
This one.
Oh, that's so pretty. Take a few more.
Oh, I don't know. I like this one.
Which one?
I think I have to use this one. It's teeny tiny, so it's not going to take away. Oh, I do too. These are my Dollar Tree stickers, man, and I was shocked. But they just, like, enlarged my Dollar Tree by, like, not the Dollar Tree itself, but the sticker. The craft section. You know, Tammy, I have looked at that. Is it worth it? I've looked at it a couple times and debated it, and then I always go, well, maybe I won't use it. Let's see. Let me hold this up so I can see. I don't want it in the middle, I don't think. I think I want it to the side. I don't think I like that one after I pulled it out. I'm not using that one. Okay. Well, thanks for stopping by, Sherry. I'm looking at my page here. Bye, 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 bye. And I'm usually on here doing a live every night at 9 o'clock. We do different ones on different days. Our recipe journals are on Monday and Tuesday. Let's see. This is Friday. So tomorrow is our freebie. So we'll pull, it's whatever I come up with off the top of my head tomorrow. I actually think I'm going to start working on an Edith Holden journal tomorrow. Yay. Love me some Edith Holden. Let's see. Sorry, guys. I am a little bit anal about this, so I was trying to make sure I got it lined up with the center of the... Oh, cool. Okay. Well, I just wasn't sure because I mean I've seen a couple videos of them, but you know, in videos it's sort of hard to tell stickers and stuff like that. So I just wanted to see there. It says you are stronger than you think. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow, Sherry. Thanks for stopping by.
See you, Sherry.
I love that. I think that is so pretty. I love the wood grain, and then the sticker I think just makes it pop. And I love the doilies on there. And what I like about this doily is you can use it as a doily. I mean, it looks like a doily, but you definitely could use it at Christmas for like a snowflake too. I know, and it's so hard to find.
You can watch previous. Yeah, no, I have it, but you can keep it as a glue book because of the background page just says White Wolf Mother.
Nice. Okay, well, I've been debating about buying one, so thanks. And one more thing I gotta buy now.
Snowflakes are 6-sided. Doily looks terrific. I have to do one too. And then virtual hugs.
Snowflakes are 6-sided. I know, but you know, I mean, it really does. I mean, if you took it in, maybe painted it white and put some stickles on it.
Every single snowflake is individual.
Every,
some of them don't have 6 sides.
Well, my 6-sided one broke.
Now it got cut.
Okay, I will. I've been debating about it. So now that I'm hooked, I got to do that. I love that pocket. So that was one with 2.
What's on next?
And, you know, that'll do like, if I put that to the very bottom,
so
that's a half page, which leaves you plenty of, you know, room up here to do your
or if you
big tags.
Purple could be like
a lotus blossom. Yeah, you could do a ton of different things. I mean, and then like, well, let me grab one and ink it up whole. If you ink it up whole, let me ink it up whole because you guys will be able to see it better. Ooh, you know what? No, let me.
Nettie's gonna be right back.
Okay,
and
Nettie.
And Carol says, "Love them all." X.
Yeah, that's how I am, Carol. I've just fell in love with.
Grandma says beautiful.
No, Grandma says pretty.
I'm sorry. Around here is mom, not grandma. Could cut it out to pieces.
Yeah, yes, you could. I mean, yeah, that would be really pretty. I'm gonna do it with some spun sugar. You know what?
How are y'all doing? Y'all doing crafts?
Who are you talking to?
You know, just the people in general.
Just the people in general.
Yep.
I thought somebody was talking to me. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing crafts. Can you see?
Those milk jugs? What is those things Grandma put? I can't see them. Snowmen?
Yes, you put little snowmen.
Snowmen.
Get rid of those snowmen. It is too close to spring for snowmen. Don't put those snowmen up there, Grandma.
It was officially spring last month.
Okay, so like that one I sort of inked up so there's like pink and pink, but it actually does have that little section in the middle, which I like because I have some of the flat back pearls. I always like to put some glue on the back of these because they just don't ever seem to want to stay for me. Hold on, guys. Let me make another envelope. I don't like that one. Let me put everything up here.
Oh yeah, pretty says Carol.
I know. Carol just loves my stuff. Of course, we like Carol. We like Carol pretty much too. Most of the time.
Pretty much.
Most of the time.
Only sometimes. Oh, giggles. Mm-hmm.
Is your daughter still with you, Carol? Is she still with you?
She bit the inside of my cheek.
Oh.
I don't know how.
And I'm just doing a light ink around it with, this is spun sugar, so it's,
Yeah, she is.
nice.
Awesome. You got the generations.
Did I finish talking about the stuff I have coming in for Ranger?
No, you did not.
Okay, I have the rest of the collection for the glazes coming in. I have a couple of the sprays coming in. I know Worn Lipstick is one, and I think the other one's a purple. I can't remember which one off the top of my head. I have the floral and the botanical and the AV area collage papers by Tim Holtz coming in. I'm super excited about those. I have another of the 4 set of the mini inks coming in with different colors. And then I have, what else was it? I don't know. I can't remember everything off the top of my head.
What have you said?
I don't know. I don't remember everything.
Stuff.
I have a couple other things coming in. I have one of the stamp sets coming in, but they, for whatever reason, I got one and the rest they back ordered. So it's just going to depend on, they're really busy right now and things are slow because, you know, if they're not running and working. Now I'm going to just sort of add some pink on here. I love doing envelopes. It's one of my favorite things. What's buffering?
Wait, let me show you. That's one of the YouTube things, but in this chat, everybody's gonna start refreshing.
How about what?
How
about what?
Actually,
And let it dry.
don't you have the Ranger stuff in pre-order for your thing? Can't I just go there and check it?
No.
We haven't done that yet.
Nope.
Well, fiddlesticks. Y'all just gotta wait.
And I can't remember if I have another of the new alcohol inks coming in or not. I'm not sure. I don't remember. I looked at some of the stuff, but some of it's on back order, so things are just slower right now because of a lot of people not working in certain areas and things like that. So things tend to be a little bit slower right now.
Hello, Nettie. Welcome back.
Hi, Nettie. Welcome back. We missed you.
Ooh.
Okay.
Next.
I'm trying to decide how I want to do it. If I want to put it, I think I'm going to put it sort of hanging off. So when I don't know, maybe I could put it there and glue it in on the bottom, and then you could tuck the top in. Brilliant, right? Or should I do it on the back? I sort of like it on the back. I could even do it in the middle. I don't know. Let's see. You do it right like that. And that'll cover it up, but it'll be cute. What do you guys think? Help, help, help.
What are you talking about?
I sort of like it like that, and then we could just tuck it in this end if I glue it. Everybody's so quiet tonight. Is everybody that busy crafting?
Nettie just got back.
Or does everybody just not want to talk? Everybody not in a talking mood? You guys should be at my house.
Oh,
Stuck in my
Carol
house with a
says
bunch of...
there are so many beautiful dyes, and they certainly can make the difference in a project.
Yes, they can. They can make a massive difference. Yeah, and it's just the teeny tiniest, little bit of something, and it makes such a
One
difference.
little heart and.
You're cleaning.
Oh yeah, sorry, I glued my fingers.
Don't you hate that?
She's just over there like just an envelope stuck.
Stuck.
She goes like take it off the other hand, it gets stuck on the other hand.
I hate when that happens.
I do that cheese.
Melissa, you can come to my house and clean.
I clean for
Especially
you.
my-
I can get paid in M&Ms.
Especially my craft room.
I cannot read that.
Oh yeah, make the holes for pockets.
Nettie, whoever needs cleaning, I will clean for you if you can pay me in food.
Your cookbook and 2 more to go, huh? So there's that one, and this I would put on a page like this. Just sort of on a page, probably with a background, just because I think it would look better, or maybe with a dark spray, just in the front, just because I think it's sort of basic, but it's very simple, but I think it just sort of adds to it. And of course, my normal pages are lighter. Let me find a light page to put it on, because that envelope's pretty dark. I was trying to find one of my light sides here. If I have a light side, everything's...
Grab you one?
Oh, this one's pretty light. No, maybe not. But see, I think that would be cute, even if you just paperclip it in. I think it's just basic. And I probably would put maybe some lace along here.
I like that. That's pretty long.
Let me find some lace.
You mean help you find some lace?
Yeah, I need a pretty lace.
What type of lace you want?
Something pretty.
I'm gonna
Let's
say
put
this
some-
now. This is beautiful, but you yet to make it.
I know, I have to cut that apart. I haven't got that cut apart.
You need to cut it apart. Pretty like that. Everybody likes it.
Let's see. I'm looking for some lace, guys. Give me a second. Digging and looking, digging and looking. Looking and digging.
That's what happens when you're a hoarder of lace.
Ooh. I have some glittery pink.
That was a weird voice.
I have some glittery pink.
What is it?
I can need
My
some.
craft room, bedroom, I clean myself or I want to be able to find anything. That is not how mom works.
I hear you. I'm like, do not clean in my...
Simple elegance, says Kathy. Wait, are you new? I didn't see.
Yes, she's been here. Oops. I just...
That went.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it the way it is. I think I like it better. Yeah, I think I like it better that way. The more I look at it, the more I sort of like it like that. So that's gonna go in my envelope pile. Let's see. Oh, and I still like this one, my favorite. Okay. What do I want to do? What do we want to do? What do we want to do? Let's just do some tuck. Sort of regular pockets, but doesn't have the flap. So I'm just going to fold them in half. That's the easy part. Because you can't do these, all different ways. There's a million different ways you can do things out there. Oops, that's going on the inside. Let me get that out of the way. Put this over here. Yeah, I sort of like to clean. She likes to help clean up my craft room, but then I can't find anything, and I know where everything is. Even when it's messy, I know where most of it is. So. I told my husband I needed a bigger craft room, and he said, well, I guess we could build another house because you've pretty much taken over this one. No, not really. I have one room, my craft stuff's in one room. I do carry it into the dining room sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes living room. I tend to do more of my like computery type stuff in there though. Making my kits and that kind of stuff. I have a couple different things I'm working on, guys. They're gonna be so cool. Be different. So, let's have a conversation.
Oh dear.
What is your favorite? Where is your favorite place to find ephemera, or do you have trouble finding ephemera, or do you just buy it in digital kits? Or I know some people, they're really hard to find. I mean, if you get like, some of it's really expensive if you get to digging around in it.
If you don't mind me asking, what is considered ephemera? Because I don't exactly understand that.
Anything and everything you stick on something.
Oh.
Postcards.
Okay.
All that kind of everything you add to it, basically.
I actually just thought of
like paper type items. Sometimes. It's like your old items that I add to all my stuff. I like Goodwills and thrift stores, and of course antique malls are awesome, but they're really expensive. You try to make yours. Yeah, if you make Etsy. Etsy is good. The only problem I find with Etsy is sometimes their prices are so crazy. It's like, you look at something and you're like, good Lord, sister. I don't know where they got the idea for some of the prices, but does everybody buy like a lot of digital and use it and like print it and copy it?
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, Tuesday Morning has tons of stuff. I love their stuff.
I don't go to Tuesday Morning.
I cut that one wider than that one, so I'm going to trim it.
Well, I use TH stuff and finding some things on digital.
Oh yeah, Tim Holtz is like.
Finding fussy cut stuff.
Tim Holtz is my.
I find some cool skins at scarves.
Scarves, yes. Some of their scarves are awesome. I like using scarves I find at Goodwill or the thrift store as closures. I'm going to trim this one a little bit too large, I think. So let me go in and check. Nope, it cut it good. Yeah, I love, looking at the scarf bin at my Goodwill. And I like digging through the jewelry jars.
That one was so cool.
Yeah, I found one jewelry jar that was just like, it was sort of like the
mother load.
The mother load, I guess, because usually they're hard to find, but I found one and it was just chock full of stuff. I know, I went back. There was two of them, but the other one didn't really have. It had like a lot of watched faces and stuff like that, which I like, but they wanted like sort of a lot for it. Let's see. What do I want to do on here? Yeah, I like finding stuff at auctions too. Oh, Natty, I know. I totally understand. I understand that. Well, I like making a lot of my stuff. Sometimes I think, the stuff that's made is sort of neat because it's so original. My mother-in-law passed away about 3 years ago. And before she passed away, she gave me this massive box of like their family items that like have been passed down. Because well, my husband's sister just wasn't sort of interested in any of it. And so she gave me a bunch of it, and my husband laughs at me because I'll pull it out and go through it. But I really should show you some of the stuff in there. Is just amazing.
It's really cool. I like the glasses.
So there's some really cool, awesome vintage stuff in there. Ew, I don't know what to put on there. I'm pulling out my stickers again.
Stickers.
Look, she's like, stickers. I like that There Is Hope one, but I think that one's too big. Let's see. Ooh. I think I like it. I think I like it. The one with the hummingbird on it.
Ooh, that one's pretty.
I know. I like it. I should have used that teal one with the bird on it, though. Ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, I like the teal one. I think that goes... I like the teal one better. It is my favorite color, but it actually is, like, extremely pretty, too.
Ooh, that one. Ooh, that is pretty. I'm not a teal person. I think that was pretty.
It is, but
Here, I'll read it for a second so you don't have to.
Oh, I know.
We are making this camera for people in the future. They're going to think they are terrific finds, like we find stuff today. That's nice. I've had some nice memories too. Oof, the memories in that box.
That box, I really should pull that box out. I'll show them some of that stuff in there. This is sort of a freebie day, so. What time is it?
I have no clue.
It's 10:43.
How long are we going, Mom?
I don't know. How long do you guys want to stay on tonight?
Come on, make Dorothy stay up so we can do jelly plates.
What do you think? Isn't it pretty? And then it's just the tuck, and then so we'll have the tuck behind. Well, we got the tuck up top, and we'll glue it down. So we have the tuck behind it, the tuck inside, tuck, 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 tuck.
Trying to get it open for you.
Hi, Lolly.
Lolly.
Oh my gosh, that just brought back memories, but I won't sing it because I'm sure you've heard that your whole life and that would drive me crazy. But I so want to break out too. As long as you want. I'm insomniac. I do like these days I don't hardly sleep at all, so I want to sing Lolly, 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 get your adverb here. Do you remember that? Does anybody remember that from let's see, yeah, I know what it is.
You know what it is.
Schoolhouse Rock.
There you go.
Does anybody remember that? Is anybody of that generation?
I'm just on Capitol Hill.
So I like that with the, and then I think when I put it in, I will put like lace maybe on these two flaps. Let me see if I have anything of that color lace. I'm seeing what I got and what I want to use, or if I have something I want to use for that. Look at my doily. I found this.
I was going to sing Lollipop, Lollipop, Lollipop.
Grammar Rock. Yes. What did I say? Schoolhouse Rock. Yes, the Grammar Rock, which was part of the Schoolhouse Rock. Isn't it pretty? It's going to be perfect for Christmas.
Yeah, I do adorable. I was
Lollipop, Lollipop. That's funny. There you go. See? Oh, we're showing our generation, guys.
I can show my generation one song.
Ooh, I have this. That's sort of that same color blue. Ooh, that would look pretty. Ooh, I like that. It's not that same exact blue, but I really don't want to. Lolly. I actually use coffee dyed paper. And what I do is like when I coffee dye paper, I have the parts that like maybe stick like this to a pan, you know, when you're drying them, because I oven dry mine, or you know, they're just too dark and I really don't want to use them in a journal because they're like super, super dark. I save the pages and just literally cut the pages in half. So this is just me taking a page like this, gluing it down the sides, and then I put one, and then you can see I come down about 2 inches, well, on these I actually come down about 3 inches. You know, put it on, come down about 3 more inches and put it on, and then you get those tucks. But it's a way to use all that really, really dark paper that I really don't, you know, yeah, the problem is I save them and I have so many of them. So I'm sort of using them for both because I have so much. And you can use book pages for these too. I just, like I said, I use these because I have a ton of these laying around. So, and like we made that one. We did some others with some dies. So I'll show you real fast for you. There's that one. And it says, "You're stronger than you think." And these are nice to make, even if you want them, if you want to send out a rack, you can grab one of these, you know, stuff a couple tags, whatever you want to put in them, you know, wrap lace around, you know, a thing, washi around a playing card, whatever, you know, fill your little pockets up, put it in a 6x9 envelope and mail it off. You're good to go. So that, and then I made just a little side open one just to put in the side, just sort of showing that. And that has the pink on it. And then there's this one that I chose not to decorate because I just loved the way that it is. We use the texture fades for these, and then these are just the dies. And then there's this one that we made. Again, I have the die. This is dies. And they were circle die. I just cut them. Oh, boy, it went flying. I just cut it in half and put it on there. And then this and the other sticker came from the Dollar Tree.
I love the dark paper. Dry brush just on to make them shabby.
Yeah. Yep. Ooh, I put way too much on there.
I love it. Nice. I love the dark paper.
Stringing.
Y'all love paper.
I love paper. I like the feel of it. I like the smell of it. I love the texture of it. I just like paper in general. But I like books. I was one of those. I've always loved books. Any kind of books. It doesn't matter what kind. I was one of those. Well, I'll tell you, I was one of those nerdy people. I worked in the library all during high school. During study hall, that's what I did, was work in the library. With the round thingies. This one? Oh. And then I want to put just a little lace on there. I thought I would put across here to sort of add a little something, just a little bit more to the top because it was so plain. So, and this is just some of that, you know, that old cheap Dollar Tree crocheted lace that we buy. I think I should put one here too. Let me see. Nope, I don't think I'm going to. There we go. So there's that. And I like that. Yep. Try to flatten that lace out some. Put a little glue under it. Just where I dyed it, it sort of wants to stick up some.
I air dry my paper so mine don't get that dark. Oh, I'm way too forgetful to try baking papers.
Yeah. I dry mine in the thing because I don't know if you've ever seen my paper when
Lolly likes the last one with the round thingies.
The on just before the round thing. Halved on each pocket. Oopsie. This one. With the thing under, yeah, I like this one too. I like this one. I like this one. I don't know. I really like, and I like this one. I like this one too, just how it sort of makes the thing on there. So this is a nice, yeah, I would dry mine outside,
But
but when I do it, like the last time I dyed, I think I dyed 650 sheets or something like that,
yeah.
because I did all of my tea dyed ones, and then I did like yellow ones, blue ones, pink ones, purple ones, and green ones, along with, because I go through so much trying to keep up with everything. That's why I said I have, some dark ones or whatever. There we go. I like that. And see, that'll be perfect in the back of a bird journal or a nature journal, or, just to send to somebody. Yes, 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 Mary. I agree with you. Melissa, you're like me. I love them all. They're all so pretty.
Can't choose one.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which doesn't seem like a lot. We did a lot of chatting though, and we showed our book. And I'm gonna get a drink of my tea, and then I will show you
Everything else?
my voice. My throat is going so dry. Okay, let's see. What else was I gonna show you? Well, I'm working on a bird journal, so I've sort of sorting it into, I like using baggies and sorting it into signature. So we got a bird pocket and a bird pocket and a guest check and a postcard and another postcard and a mini library card and a file folder and a little tag and a little bag. It's got a little library card in it, but my little bag, it is so pretty. I love this.
Tea dye a bunch. It went away a couple times.
Yeah.
Now I like to buy it even better.
And then, just a journal in. There's a pocket with some cards and a couple tags. And this is a CD envelope, but the tab is all laced up and everything, so it can be a flip on the inside. And then it's got a little journaling area, but I go ahead and do that. And I put a bird feather and a button on it to put it in there. So there's that one. And they're all different. There's that one. And some of them are the same. Some of them are different. Let's see. Pull them out here. I'll show you the things that are different. Well, if I can get a hold of them. And what I'll do is I'll make everything, if you have your signatures and you need something for everything, then, just store each individual. And there's like a bird book page in there. So this one has pretty much everything the same. I did do a guest check, which I like that. And then all the other stuff is the same. See, well, the tag's not. The one little tag is different. Each has its own individual tag and its own individual bag. So again, that's another bag we made. And then this is a CD envelope that I'm just going to glue straight in. So I left the back blank. And it's a little bluebird paradise one. And there's there's 2 bluebird ones and 2 woodpecker ones, I believe. So there's that one. And then this one is so cute. There's that little envelope. And it's got the bluebirds that you can use as a flip. And then, they've got the little thing inside. And then, let's see, where's its little tag? It's got a guest check that opens as a writing space. Yes, I love birds too. Has a green tag. And there's its little bag with the little finches. Let's see. Yep, I showed you that. So there's that one. So this is the project I'm working on now, is getting all this stuff. But the little bags are super, super easy to make. And I actually used, well, hold on. I'll show you when I pull this out. Let's see. Let me find, it's another little green tag. And then this one I super love. And it's one of the little bags. And you can see it has the lines on the back of it. It is, let me find a piece of it. I had a piece of it. It is a piece of lined, like one of the, just like a lined journal page. But instead of printing it on here, I printed it on onion skin paper, which is just like a vintage typing paper. So if you use like typing paper, it works the same. And then I put my napkin on there, and then I make my own Mod Podge and all that. If you look at the DIY, it's in there. But I actually, well, it needs shook because it's not shook up now, so you can see where it's set on the bottom. But I actually make a vintage photo Mod Podge. I haven't did the recipe for this one. I can do one if somebody would want it. Basically, I just make my Mod Podge recipe, and then I use my re-inker and add how much ever ink I want until it's as dark as I want it to be. So I just sort of do it to where it matches that, color that our vintage photo ink is. Oops. And then I use it over top versus the clear. And so it adds that distressed vintage look to it. And if you put one coat, then sort of stop, let it dry a little bit, and then go over and use it again in certain areas. And that's why, let me see if you can pull up here. That's like right in here, you can see the darker brown, and then like it's lighter over here, and then it gets darker. That's where I use more in one spot and less in another, and it builds those layers up. And then I don't know, let me see if I can turn it to where, sometimes I can turn it where you can see it, and well, you really can't see
the link to the Mod Podge.
You really can't see the texture. Well, yeah, there you can. There's actually a texture in there. So I mean, it's like, I don't know if you guys can hear that texture in there. So that's easy. And if you want me to do a video about how I did the little bags again, I can do that again in another video. So I'm sure I'll do it again in another video somewhere. So there is that. So I'm working on the bird ones. So that's been my big thing now. Then let me pull out some of my vintage pretties. These are the ones that came. There is a Robinson Crusoe book from 1892. And it is, it's not just, it's in words with one syllable. So little kids can learn to read. So little kids can read it, like younger kids, I guess. So that was in there, which I love. I'm like, oh, I need to scan that. It's so beautiful. And then there's Father Bear and Bobby Bear. It's from 1900. Look at these pages. They're like made out of this real heavy, almost like construction paper.
Hello, Judy. Welcome back. Mom, you're umming.
Oh, okay. So it's real vintage. There is a Greg shorthand book from the 1900s.
Oh, sure.
From 1900. I mean, this is nothing. And then I'm not going to go through all of this because this is newer stuff in here. Let me get to the old stuff. Hold on. Let me pull it out. This was hold on. Every one
Got
of
awesome stuff there. Alright.
every one of the little report cards. If you guys remember when like report cards came like that. Yeah. You guys remember the little vintage report cards? And some of these are like 1950s. And they're all filled out, which I think is so cute. So there's all of those, which is amazing. She just always has to say stuff.
Yeah, I do.
Let's see. There is a certificate of baptism book. And these are like from way, way, way back. All the old vintage. Look at these roses. And this is from 1946.
You show me the baptism book? Is that what you found?
So I thought that was some of this so gorgeous stuff. There's a church bulletin. But look at the front of that. So I thought those were really pretty. And I mean, some of these are newer. Let's see. What all is this? There's another a confirmation book. But I love the florals in these. Look at that. So I'm thinking we got to do some scanning. So I'm thinking about scanning some of these, and then, you know, some of these I can leave the wording on it. Some of them I can scan off, and way, way, way back, that could be mine. No. This is some of the newer stuff, dear. There's older stuff. Like this. This is from 1930. A confirmation from 1930.
Oh.
And this one is just writing. It doesn't have pictures in it. Let me put this back in here. Those says. Some of these aren't as old. That's a. Some of these aren't old. Oh, nope. There's my mother-in-law. Is she cute? Uncle Tom's Cabin from 1900. Look, just look at those old pages. Those are cute, cute, cute. And I still haven't got to the old stuff. This is an old Betty Crocker book. 1958. So I'm sure some of you guys remember these.
Wow.
Well, no, I'm just saying my mom would remember these. So let's see. That's not the baby book from 1940. I'm gonna put that down so I can't. And it's all filled out and stuff, but it's so cute.
Those are beautiful. Some of the old boxes have such great paper in each book. I'm sorry. Wow, just don't find stuff like that around. Way, way back. That could be mine.
There she is. Look at the little photo. And my husband's like, yeah, copy it, use whatever you want. So I'm like, yeah, yay. I mean, some of it's too new to copy, but some of the pictures, so old.
Funny, this happened to me 2 weeks ago. Someone posted freebies of pictures she got from eBay, and I recognized the people I went to.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. This is an old in memory like funeral record book from 1930. Oh, no, 1946, sorry. So it's like all in there, but it's all filled out and it's got all the old poems and stuff in there, which I thought was pretty cool. This is from 1900 exactly, and it's Hans Andersen's Fairy Tales. And I'm gonna be gentle with opening it because it's really, really old. So I mean, it's got, so that's in there. So there's that stuff. Hold on. How's that for an old picture? Look. Does that bring back memories for anybody? That's an old scarf. Look at that. Handkerchief.
Oh, that's an old handkerchief.
I love this. And there's two of them. Well, there's one with the butterfly and one with the flower. Okay, Tammy. See you later.
Thank you.
Take care.
Have fun.
There's some old pictures. And there's some little frames. There's a photo on glass. This is pretty amazing. There's one of the old funeral cards. And just a ton of little That's my husband when he was a baby. So there's just a ton of old pictures. I mean, look how old that is. Some of them are really old. Some of them aren't as old. There's another one of the old funeral cards like they have. This was when I lived. This is a wedding token book. And this is for a wedding. Look at these pictures. I'm going to set it down so it doesn't fall apart because I don't know if you guys can see that. 1902. And there's like the bridal party and the guest and little poems. So that was gorgeous. There's one of the cards when they were commemorating in 1914 that they were in World War I. And there's just, like I said, just tons of pictures. And with the little frames. Like, look how old this is. Hopefully you guys can see it. They're like little Russian boys. Here's a little book that's like where they commemorated the little church in 1921. So it has all the writing and stuff in it. Trying to see what else. Oopsie. This is from 1930. And it's the hymnal. Hi, Angela. I love your name, love your name, love your name. But it's a 1930 songbook, a hymnal, and it's huge. And then there's this one, which is actually from 1930 also. And it's got, you know, the writing in it and all the all the hymnals in it, all the hymns in it. But that was cool. And then these, I'm going to try to scan in. These were actually made in the early 1900s and cut out by hand.
What are you talking about?
They were sewed and cut out by hand. So there's that one, which it's probably hard to see because they're pretty old and dingy. And there's two of them little doilies where they made them, sewed around them, and cut them out by hand. These were made on a let's see, treadle.
Oh.
There's this doily. I don't know if you guys can see that. So pretty. And then these, it's a tablecloth. It was all hand done. Oh, okay, Mitz. See you later. And this was all hand embroidered. So there's a ton of it. And there's a really big box. So I'm not going to go through all of it. I just wanted to show you a little bit. But I was just... So, and then I've got quite a few really old cookbooks that are, pretty old too from there. So I was sort of excited about it because you don't get the, that old, I know, right, Elizabeth? There's just a ton of, there's pictures here that are, look at that. It's a little kid's school. There's just a ton of stuff. There's, and a little in remembrance card. I loved this picture. And it's got all the age spots on it and all that. Of course, there's some of these like deckled edge photos, which are cute. There's a little in memory card. Yeah, there's fishing. Look at the little kid. With an old. So yeah, this was by far my favorite. But yeah, I have there's quite a few of them, so I'm excited about it. So I think some of these photos I'm going to scan in and actually make a digital kit out of them. All the people in it have long ago passed away. Years and years ago. Some of these pictures, some of the people in these pictures passed away in like 1920. Some of them were born in like the 1850s and, back farther than that. Like,
pretty old.
Like, see, this was 1900. So, there's quite a few old pictures and such in there. This one is in the 1890s. So, some of it's really, really old. So, I'm thinking about, I don't know, would you guys be interested in like a kit with photos? I have quite a few old photos, not just these. I have quite a few across the board that, aren't out there. I know for a fact they're not in any kits out there. They're brand new. This one has quite a few little kids in it. If that's something you guys would be interested in, just let me know. I love this. I love how bright it is and so cheerful. I like this picture too. Except she looks so miserable. I don't know what.
She looks so.
I don't know what they did to her to make her not happy, but she doesn't look like it. She must have apparently had like 12 kids or something. She looks like she had way too many kids. have some other stuff too. I have quite a few old music sheets too. Like a lot of old music. Let me see. I got all of this. Oh, that needs to go with my Irish stuff. I got all of this at my library book sale. They were selling off all the old music and stuff. But let me get down here to some of the old ones. And some of her. Yeah, I think she was. There's some. You guys remember Wolverton Mountain? Anybody remember that one? That is, let's see, 62. Anybody remember that?
What's Wolverton Mountain?
Or My Heart Has a Mind of Its Own. Come on, you guys. I know some of you guys know these. This was 1960. Now, come on. I know one of you at least knows that. Some of these are really old. 1904. So, and I love this one because look at all that tape. I mean, it's all over it where they've taped it up to keep it from falling apart. So definitely think I'm going to scan this one in. And I love it because
Sorry.
I have two. Yay. So I have one I can use and one I can save. And this one's falling apart, so I'll probably use the falling apart one. Anybody remember Martin Boone's? Yeah, and then some of these are just where they fell apart and they're just individual sheets. Sacred Songs and Duets. So some of these are like really old. Like that one was from, let's see, 1921. I think so, Kathy. Yep. Some of them are 1958. That's a pretty big songbook. I mean, there is some newer stuff in there, but 1951. And look at that brown. I mean, seriously, guys. You see that? I mean, compared to the white, it's... So some of this is older. So, I mean, and a lot of it is, I mean, of course, religious music because that's a lot of what they sang back then. 1937. A different church than you knew. No, some of them weren't church music. Some of them, I think it was somebody just collected music. So, I mean, some of it was 1943. All of these are pretty old. They start getting older as I go back. 1958.
Oh, they're in chronological order.
1951. 1953. So, I mean, there's quite a few in here that's older. Let me flip ahead some. 1969. Anybody remember?
Hey.
These were the music of Bach. Some of them are, some of them's 1978. So some of them are newer. 1977. I'm getting back here, guys. Hold on. And then some of it's like music that they've sheet music they've copied off of. Then let's get into the good stuff. Angela, when was you born? I was born in 76. Are you younger or older than me?
Well, now we know you're a middle-aged woman.
Let's see. There's a Chopin. I always say Chopin because I think it's funny. And it's old. This is the oldest one of the bunch. I put it in a file folder a few years younger. I put it in a file folder because this is from 1892. And I've never seen sheet music from 1892. But it is. Look at it. It's amazing. And it even has the writing on there, so it makes you wonder how old the writing was. Let me try to flip the pages here because some of it is broken apart, which is why I have it sort of by itself. And I'm going to put it up here. Can you see? Hopefully you can see. It says the copyright 1892. So I'm like, I'm just sort of like, you know, sometimes you touch something and it's so old that it just sort of makes you like have that feeling. And it's like 1892. That was like forever ago. I mean, seriously, I mean, it's like 100, what, 128 years old. I mean, but I love the way, I love the coloring in it. I mean, just gorgeous.
Okay, but let's be real, Mom. You're also going, oh my God, this is so old. But you're also like, this would make a pretty journal.
I know. This is from 1908. And look how new it looks. And it's from like 1908. And it actually says copyright 1908 in the USA. Well, it's not gonna let it do it.
Focus.
It's not gonna focus for me. So anyway, there's just page after page. I mean, look at that. 1929. You know, so some of these I can't copy, and it's like, I wish I could. 1919, I can. This one, Alice Blue Gown, is the name of the song. Oh, there's Down the River of Golden Dreams in a Little Spanish Town. Love Here's My Heart, Ramona. Sing Me Love's Lullaby. 3 o'clock in the morning. The Waltz You Saved Me. Wonderful One. And You Look in the Heart of a Rose. So, I mean, it's like
old song.
So cute. So some of them I can scan and turn into, you know, whatever. And there's just a page from 1924 in the Garden of Tomorrow, which would be perfect for like a garden journal or a nature. Okay, guys, come on. Somebody tell me they don't know Earl Grant.
Hey, I actually know that song.
Swinging Gently from 1962, coming at you tonight. Here's one on Life's Highway. I mean, just look at that. That's just pretty without anything on it. And that is from 1922. So that is scannable, guys. I mean, seriously, if you were doing a journal, if you scan this in and printed it out like on a 5x7 sheet to put in a journal, how cool would that be to do, like if you were doing a journal for somebody's birthday or something like that, because you know, the highway of life type thing. Love it. Here is the Lord's Prayer from 1935. And it's all yummy.
You did not just call it yummy.
They have to be older than 1924 in order to make copies of it. Because this is 1904. Gloria, it's already fallen apart, but it is where it can be scanned.
And that's because the copyright runs out?
Yes, because the copyright runs out. This is called I Love Life, and it actually has the green color and stuff on it, which I really like. And it is from 1923. And it's, again, another old one. Here's Just As I Am from 1913. If you guys remember the old song Just As I Am, I bet my mom's over there singing now. There's a church announcement. That's just a page out of a book. There's just the page of what was the Messiah. Just the page itself. but it's copyright 1912. Yes, I am going to scan the older ones to preserve for myself. But the ones that are a lot older, like this one's from 1918 called This is Right On, Right On. Have Faith in 1924, Have Faith in God. This actually came from Highland High School in, let's see, trying to see where the date's at on this. It didn't have a date on it. That I may have to check that out. It doesn't have a thing on it. It's got a high school stamp on it though, so it must be.
What is that one?
I don't know. It doesn't have a thing on it. Here's one called Jealousy. It's the song Jealousy. 1931. But look how they spelled jealousy.
How do they spell it? Mine helps. That is cold.
So some of these are.
Wait, how'd they spell jealousy?
Here is one. Now, some of you guys, I know you know this one. This is 1944.
Some of y'all
coming out. Your parents probably listen to it. I Dream of You more than you dream I do by Tommy Dorsey. Do you guys remember Tommy Dorsey? Come on.
Some of y'all have to.
You guys remember that one? Anybody remember that one? The More I See You, Betty Grable and Dick Haymes. Anybody remember that one? Then there's some newer ones again. And I would like to say that this is all of them that I got at the sale. But
like mass more.
There is another pile as big as this. That I actually got from the same sale. It was a whole box. And no joke, I paid $3 for the box. Gravel. Okay. Hey, I'm not that old. I'm not saying you are.
Wow.
No, I wasn't asking you to date yourself. I said maybe your parents listen to it. I was giving you that easy out, girl. But yeah, so I mean, I do have, there's another stack about half this size that has older and new ones too. So there is more. I have quite a bit of things. So
I want to feel it.
Oh, is she? So we'll see. I didn't know that. See, but I don't.
Feel weird.
But yeah, so there is a ton of music here, so I'm just gonna have a blast. And I mean, there was a lot that I didn't go through that I just flipped over. And like I said, there's a whole bunch more on my shelf that I didn't even get to. Well, yeah, and I mean, that's what I'm saying. It may not be that you're as old as the song. I'm not saying that. It may just be that you know the song. My husband knew a lot of the songs, and he's just 55. 56, sorry. He'll be 57 in July. But, okay, guys. I've been on here for quite a while. Thank you guys for hanging in with me. I just wanted to share some stuff. I have some other stuff. I'll try to get some of these scanned in and, uploaded if you want copies of it or whatever. Maybe I'll do it as a Friday freebie one week. Do one of them, scanned and, put it to the page. I do have some music that I've been scanning. So, yeah, I figured that, some people may have heard it. Their grandparents listen to it or whatever.
Love the fun.
Thanks, Trish.
Trish.
Yeah, you guys have a great night. I will see you again tomorrow. Again, tomorrow's Saturday, so I'm not sure what we're going to do tomorrow yet. Of course, Giggles is pulling out, wanting to do gel plate. That's what she wants to do. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I probably won't do a gel plate. I'll probably come up with something. So
Aww.
we maybe do maybe some hand sewing type stuff, creating sewing scraps and things like that to use on clusters and all that. So some ruffles and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. We'll see. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great evening. Be safe. Be healthy. Take care of yourself. Get some rest. I will see you tomorrow. Love you all. Thank you for watching and being here. We'll see you later. Bye.